Today I didn't record much because I was planning on just working through the app. But to be honest, I should probably make a YouTube video. Stay consistent so that the algorithm will eventually pick me up and tick me off. That's my goal. So today I ended up basically finishing the app. Tomorrow, my plan for tomorrow is to just get the app onto the client's phone so you can start testing the app and then doing some final checks over it before we put the app into the app store. And following that, then we'll have another meeting regarding the payments and setting up the payments infrastructure and whatever so I can get paid for my services. Overall, it's been a really good experience. I want to reflect myself on here. Overall, it's been a really good experience. I've learned a lot about making apps for people, running a potential business, and after this is definitely somewhere where I'd want to like expand into more alongside of my blunote app, which will also be going into universities. That's expanding both ways. But one thing I've learned a lot is the simple business models are the ones that work a lot. So, say for example, I used to worry so much about making all these websites, all these branding things, but at the end of the day, none of that really matters. Like, say for example, if you're giving a service-based business, you don't want to go into it just starting and saying, for example, hey, I'm gonna make an SMMA business. That's a very popular thing nowadays. But the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that you have to get the damn service done. Like, if you're not giving the actual service to people, how can you make a business if you've never had a client before? Make it make sense. So something I would really like to do as well is make more apps for more people. And then my plan with that is if I end up having so much clients that I can't handle them all to myself, then I'll find a very good developer to help me make those apps because I'm providing those other developers with jobs, number one. And then number two, I can take on more clients. And then that's when I'll start putting everything into like an actual business and start saying like, I don't even know the name yet. Call it some type of Ryan Shineka development. I don't know. Something along the lines of that. So as well as that, I'd like to reflect real quick on the past 6 months. It's crazy. A lot can happen in 6 months. At the beginning of the year, I had no clue I was going to make an app. If I'm being real, there was no way I would have told myself that I'd have my own app and I'd be making an app for someone in the next 6 months. That's really cool, to be honest. Um, it doesn't feel like a big achievement to me, obviously, now because I still have so much more things that I want to accomplish, so many more things that I want to do. But overall, I'm really grateful for the amount of things that I've learned, for the drive that I have, and that all comes from God. God is the one who created the world, created the earth, and He can do anything He wants. If He wants you to go a specific path, He can take you down that path. If He doesn't want you to go down that path, which is always in the best, like in His best interest, like whatever path He gives you is the path that's best for you, and He knows what's best for you. So you always pray for God's will to be done in your life. And another thing, let me think. For anyone, if they find this series like any kind of inspiring, thank you for watching number one. And number two, I would like to say if there's anything that you want to do, don't wait for anyone to help you. Because there's a lot of times where you feel like, um, maybe I should wait until this happens and this happens, then I should start. Never wait for anything, just go and do it. And one thing I've really learned is if you plan too much, you'll never get anything done. Just jump into it, learn as you go, make mistakes. Like, for example, when I first started making Blunote into an app, it actually started as a Notion template. I was trying to resell Notion templates and like, I don't even know what I was doing. I was just trying to resell Notion templates that had Blunote branding over them to help like students with productivity. And I quickly realized, nah, that was not really it. Actually, my friend did say to me, he's like, if I had, no, actually, that's not it. That's at a later stage. So after I made those Notion templates, um, I didn't get any sales, to be honest. All I did was get people onto my affiliate program to help them help them make money as well, and then push more sales for me. But obviously, didn't really work. People are not really interested in productivity tools, and that's something I really realized because there's so many of them out there, and there's no market for it. I'm gonna be real anymore. There's no market anymore. So what happened next is I transitioned into making a web application. I learned coding through like asking ChatGPT how I code, how I do this, how I do this and that, how I do it. And people don't realize you have the whole world at your fingertips now. You can learn anything just on the internet. AI can help you learn. AI can be a teacher. You can learn so many things from so many resources. Like we don't need to use books anymore. We don't really need. No, let me not say that. That's not true. We do need degrees. Degrees have taught me a lot. And so after I made the web application, I showed it to my friend and my other friends and everyone, and I was posting it online. And then my friend said something to me. He's like, if this was on my phone, I would use it. So that was a very smart idea. So what I tried to do, since I had a web application, I tried to put it into a web wrapper app. But unfortunately, Apple wouldn't approve that because I had Stripe connected as the payment provider in the app, and obviously they don't like external payment providers. So what happened next is I transitioned. I kept getting rejected for like a month straight by Apple. So then I was like, okay, this is enough. I have to try and rebuild Bluenote from the ground up into a proper native mobile app. So I learned how to do that, and I started building. I just started making the app as long as I go, and I kept going and going and making the app. But one thing I didn't realize at that stage is I learned a big lesson already. I learned so much about developing apps. I learned so much about what I need in apps and how I'm going to make these apps work. And I started to familiarize myself with the interfaces of coding softwares and everything. Oh my goodness. Like say for example, I bought my first developer account from Apple. It was $150, but it was very worth it now because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to make Blue Knot and put on the App Store. So here I have Xcode open, and I learned a lot about this software, and I learned a lot about that unintentionally, just because I wanted to put it on my app onto the App Store. So then after that, I had to rebuild my app completely from the ground up into a native iOS application, and I did it. It took about a month because Apple kept rejecting me again and approving me and then rejecting me and approving me continuously. So then I finally got my app out, and now it's on the App Store. Link in the description if you want to download it and check it out. But you can't just stop there. So now I'm working on trying to put it into universities and go B2B rather than business to consumer, because I don't want to waste money spending money on ads and everything, trying to force it into you. That sounds weird. Trying to force it into you guys to download the app. So I'm going to take it to universities and they'll implement it into the systems, and they'll actually find proper use for it because of this new feature that I'll be adding. So after that, after I built my app, I learned how to code and do everything properly. That was really cool. So um, one of my friends messaged me, and here I am building an app for them, and it's nearly done. So you see, I don't know if you're seeing how learning one thing brings another thing, which brings another thing. But if I was just to stand there, sit back and plan, none of this would have happened. Sometimes you just have to be delusional. You just have to go ahead first into it and just try. If you don't try anything, if you don't put attempts at anything, you will never learn. You will never advance in anything. You will never go anywhere. And this is not the first type of business I've ever done, but this is not the most successful yet. And obviously it will be, because that's the most recent one. I've tried so many different business models in the past. I've tried my own social media marketing agencies. I've tried being a music producer. That was pretty good. I made about 1.3K over like 3 years. That's pretty good. It's like a starting place, and that's all that matters. So I made that, and most of it wasn't like 1 year when I started making beats. So then I was making beats for people and then putting them on Spotify, trying to get into like Spotify playlists. So then my song would blow up, and then I would magically get like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 streams, but I didn't reach it, unfortunately. And then I had this whole era where I was like making music as an artist, and that went pretty good. But unfortunately, now it's just not for me. Like, I don't do things to please other people when I don't like it myself. That's not how you live your life, right? So then after that, I went on and I went to Blue Note. So now here I am today. And the moral of the story is just do it, man. Just do it. I don't know how to explain it. Just start it. Start whatever business idea you have. Just start it. It's not always gonna work, and it will not always like it will never always work. Like that's the reality of things. But if you really keep pushing and you take the lessons from that, like from music, I learned how to make videos. I learned how to advertise myself. I learned social media accounts. I learned how to build an audience. I learned how to do music production, and then I even started mixing and mastering for people. I became an audio engineer for like a little bit. Had like one client who who used my services like 3 times, which is great. So I started to get like a taste of like running a little business for yourself, and now here I am today. And I feel like this is going to be the business model or something, or like the path that takes me the furthest out of all these things because I've learned so many lessons from other things and back then. So here I am now. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.